Okay guys, Rick here. It's time to give this guy a haircut. Now understand, I am a professional barber. And so this is not something that I could just give you a few quick steps that you could do at home. But anyway, just so that you see exactly the technique, sometimes it's good. I've had some to ask me, will you do a video so I can take it to my hairdresser or my barber to be able to know what to do exactly. So here we go. I'm gonna start with the back. And I'm just gonna get rid of some of this excess. And around these edges, you don't ever want to cut a straight line. You don't want to just lay these shears down and just unless you just need to get off a ridiculous amount of excess, and then you can go back and texture all of that and get it back the way you need it to be, where it's thin, because the goal is for the bottom of this to fade down to where it's hardly even there at all. Just barely be able to see it. So I'm gonna go around and get rid of a lot of the excess, and because of the style I'm gonna do this, it's gonna be shorter here, and then I'm gonna come down, and I am actually not going to take very much off of the front at all. So just kind of point cut all up in through there. And I've already put the part in. I honestly don't comb very much over to the left side of the part. It's just barely anything there at all. And so that can be even shorter. I'm point cutting all around the edges. So I'm gonna come back in and I'm gonna layer this whole thing, and then I'll come back and even do some more texturing in the back. This guy is going to be super happy. Okay, I'm just going to continue cutting around this, remembering everything's going to be very, very thin and wispy around the edges. Let's put some layers in here. Get this guy looking good. Change the part. And I'm cutting this top, probably, I'm leaving it a little on the long side. Probably about 3 inches on the top, something like that. And to a professional, it'll make sense to know I'm cutting all the way out to that perimeter line. I don't want any bulk left around that bottom line at all. And I'm gonna make less even after I do this. And sometimes I come in with the top and I really texture the top, but I usually do that the second cut I give the unit, just because I want to start out with it thick in the top. So you can see that's looking pretty thin already, but it's going to get thinner than that. Okay, I'll tell you something I've done with them is that on either side of the part, this one I may not have to because it's shorter than I usually do there. It's just where that part is, I kind of section off a piece on both sides, and I think it makes a big difference. Okay guys, so I'm almost finished with this haircut. I'm just going to do a little point cutting right here in the very top to get some of that bulk out. That's probably about 3 inches long on top. But here's the thing, I know that not everyone can do this because you're not all barbers. And so what Super Hair Pieces offers for you is you can do kind of an online cut. You can send a picture of the haircut you like and to them, and they can actually cut it for you, send it to you. Now you talk about making life easy, that makes it super, super easy. Would make it really easy for me to not have to go through any of this part. So yeah, I mean, you know, any little thing helps for sure. So I'm gonna point cut a little more in some of that. And I'm gonna call that done. He's looking good, and that translates to one thing. Is your boy here? Woo! You just wait.